And boom, just like that. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Source SC Podcast. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your man, PhDU Sports. But hey, without the Source, it would not be without my partner, Ace Booncoon, right here,
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen,
sir.
Candace from Candace Sports Corner. What's
Yes,
happening?
sir. Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure, OG.
Man, listen,
It's a 1-2
no
punch.
special intro just yet. You know, we're still getting the tweaks, we still rounding about. But man, next year is gonna be dumb. From
Mm-hmm.
all season long, you guys get to get us right on that Friday night hype tip, right? We gonna bring that SC podcast Friday night hype. We'll
Yes.
mix it all up
Yes.
together. Come in, do some of our predictions, what we think, what's going on, the upcoming seasons, stuff like that. But for right now, you guys get us for a couple more weeks. We probably gonna do I don't know, we maybe one big finale show where we get to come on here and
Mm-hmm.
talk all our trash. Who knows, man? You know, we get to do what we want and say what we want, how we want to do it. Sis, how was today? How was work today? How did everything go? You good?
Well, surprisingly, I actually took off today for once.
Whoa,
I never really
whoa.
take off. So I took off. It's my birthday today, so I took off today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Woo!
Okay, okay. One of them November babies. What does that make you? What is that?
A Scorpio. Come on
Scorp.
now.
My
Wait, wait,
fault.
wait.
My
Come
fault.
on
My
now.
fault. Scorpios in the building. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout
Appreciate
out to
y'all.
us.
Appreciate y'all. All right. So listen, something got you. What got you hot earlier now? Then people was about to talk. Let's see who's
Well,
out
I,
here.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't really hold on because I'm trying to make sure I can see the comments this time. I had
No,
did
you
this before
good.
the last
We
time.
popping too. We waiting for some people to come on in. We know some
Yeah.
people actually went back to practice today, sis.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right. You're right.
hey, listen. Shout out to those.
Yep.
Hey,
Um.
Miss Rachel, but Miss Rachel on time though. But Miss
Oh
Rachel
yeah. She's not gonna be late. She's not gonna be late at all.
at all.
Uh,
What's up, Miss Rachel? And
um.
happy birthday, Candace. Of course, happy birthday. I'll make sure they all
Thank
got
you.
to say
Thank
happy
you.
birthday
Right.
now.
Thank
They
you.
all got to say it now. Mess around with me. You know you about to give my
Okay.
partner some shout outs.
But yeah, OG, it was a real vibe this weekend in Ridgeville. I don't know how the other sites were, but the Columbia site,
Yeah.
first off, shout out to Mamba Elite. That was an amazing host. I don't know who came up with the idea for Mamba Elite to host, but they were great hosts. I mean, that was a great first round. I mean,
Okay.
being there literally from sun up to sundown. Coach Cal was on the mic the whole entire time. I mean, and it was never a moment where I was like, "Oh, I'm ready to go." It was really all the vibes at Ridgeview. So shout out to Mumbo Elite for being an amazing host. The security guards at the gate. I mean, from taking tickets and everything, it was really good. It was some really good stuff in Columbia. How was your
Good.
How was your host site?
Man, listen, it's whenever the Raiders have a game, you got to come down to that.
Mm-hmm.
So it does get it's fun. It's an environment behind it. You know, it's about to be some hard hitting games. It gets a little half hood. You get a little half hood in there. So
Look,
if ever you need to spread your wings a little bit and see if you still got it to talk that trash, you come on
listen.
down here to an NC Raider game and we gonna find out. But I love it. The food is always good. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Soul for Real. Shout out to BBG's boiled peanuts. I'm not a boiled peanut guy. Never mind. Anyways, but I'm not a boiled peanut guy with the roasted peanuts. The up north in me has to get the roasted peanuts, but it's all good. We had a
Yeah.
blast. 8 games strong, 8 games long. But sis, let me tell you, it doesn't make for one of those long, long days when you have first round playoffs and you got half of your day running clock.
Oh. Oh. That
Now,
that might.
because so now I'm almost weighing the option to wonder if ScYfA should allow the top eight in because geez, that
Yep.
was number one's gonna take on number eight. You know this. That's what's gonna happen. And it's just not it ain't pretty all the time. Everything that
Yep.
matched up today, yeah, it wasn't all the way pretty, but we got through it. We got through it.
Okay. Okay.
We did a thing.
That's good. That's good. Sorry, I'm over here looking at getting my comments together.
No, you're good. And I'm gonna
Um
put them up to Upstate Titans. What's up, Trey Black?
yep.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
Trey, what's
Upstate.
up, nephew?
What's up, man? Yeah, listen, you know Upstate Titan, man. That's family,
Yeah.
man. Tell your man's been quiet up there, man. V Bucks, Mr. V Bucks himself been up there. It's the 12U. All right, 12U in the building.
Mhm.
12U in the building. Hey, I want to know, Trey, y'all still on those damn unis, man? I know your unis got to be fire, man. Upstate Titan started that
Upstate.
thing a long time ago with the different jerseys, like every other game.
Yeah, yeah. That teal hits different. That teal and
It
lime hits
does.
different playoff time.
It
Thank you,
does.
Greg.
And make sure, yes, sir, make sure y'all say happy birthday to my partner. Y'all already know it's Raven. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Raven Simone. That's
All
my best
right.
friend.
All right. All right. Oh, Bessie in the building. Don't start
That's
that
my
shit
best
today.
friend.
Don't start that shit today. We ain't gonna do that.
Okay, okay,
Hey,
okay.
no, I'm just tripping. I'm just tripping. Y'all do what you do. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got about an hour. We're gonna break some stuff down to you. I think my list is shorter, and we have a couple that we're going to shout out. But Candace, if you're are you ready? You want to go first? You can. It's your call.
I mean, yeah. Did you want any other like introduction into it, or you just want me to go ahead and jump to the
Ah,
swing of things?
how did that? How, all right. So first of all, I love that school that you went to. It's a
Great for you.
very pretty school. Very pretty
Yes.
school. They keep it clean. How was the weather for you? How did your weather make a difference? It,
Yes. Now that's funny because I was thinking about that yesterday. So we went through three different weather phases.
I told you.
So so for my first three games, you know me, I'm always naturally hot.
Right,
So,
right.
any cool weather is good for me. So I would probably say early morning, probably till about 12. It was really nice. I mean, we had a nice little breeze. You still
Yeah,
needed a little windbreaker, but it wasn't too hot. And then we had about that 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock stretch. It started getting warm. After
yeah.
that, Frosty the darn snowman. Frosty
Ooh.
the snowman, okay? So it was freezing. Freezing by the time I left, beautiful while I was there, and in between towards the afternoon. So yeah, it was that's how what about the weather there? How was it?
All right. So the morning time was a little bit rougher. So
Mm-hmm.
our morning started. So it started almost the same as you. It was cold. I was kind of under the impression. I'm like, listen, you know, you're starting off with 6U and 8U, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, these, yeah, I'm the dad portion. What are these babies about to be cold? I know it's football weather, I get it, but
Yeah.
it was cold in the morning. Didn't really affect the teams. They were still out there doing what it do. They were warming up by the time we got there, and they were ready to go. The only issue we had, small minor issue, and I think it'll probably be addressed coming next season, is drones. Are drones an issue at your field? How
Hmm.
low? Where can they go? If we're going off of high
Yes.
school rules, what's the high school rule about drones? I
Yes.
understand people have licenses now to fly these drones, and what's crazy is the two people that I knew that were flying the drones, both of them are legally licensed to do so. But but if we're gonna talk about it, y'all make it a rule. Do what you got to do so there's no interruption during the game. We stopped the
Hmm.
games. We stopped two different games, two different times because of the drone being over the field.
Oh.
I really hadn't heard anybody talking about it during the regular season when the highlights and the views and stuff. You can tell when
Mhm.
somebody's videoing off of a drone. First of
Yeah.
all, I love that view. Don't get me wrong. I love that view, but are we allowing it? Are we not allowing it? Are we having to pay to let it happen? What let's figure out something. So commish, get on it, man. Let's find out. Let's find
Yep.
out what we gonna do. Um,
Yeah, I like that
but
drone view though, but you're right. You're right.
yeah, I mean, but so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's up there all day. If it's up there for one game,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But one drone, won't say any names, stayed up there for the majority of the day. Now, are you using it for film? Are you using it for fun? What's the deal? But I mean, this is my thing. If you're gonna play that team, some of the teams you're gonna play, you just saw play, so it really is no big deal. I can see it with my own eyes, or I can see it
Mm-hmm.
on the internet later. Either way, if I'm prepared, I'm prepared. If I'm not, I'm not.
Yep.
It
And
don't
I
matter. It's
think,
like Tecmo Bowl. You got to pick the same. You got to pick the same. You got to pick the same play in order to stop me. So
yep.
we'll
And
see. We'll see
honestly,
what they do.
I know here in Columbia, I have one team mom, and she orders a drone service, and they use the footage for film for the team. So,
See what I'm right for their team.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, listen, this team in particular, we'll say at Fort Dorchester, they had they played all day long. So how are you gonna get mad at the man for putting it up there? But that's just what they do, and it is what it is. It wasn't a problem till it was a problem, and then there it went. We want to quickly see. I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. With some of the scores that happened this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, down here at Garrett High School, the old Garrett High School, BFE in the building. What's up, Karen Brown? Especially that 6U4. Yeah, that 6U4 it was a little cold. Happy
Hey,
birthday,
Capital City
Candace.
Snipers checking in. Thank y'all so much for all the birthday
There
love.
you
I'm
go.
seeing
All right,
everybody
keep them
coming
coming. We
through
ain't
super
stopping. Keep them
fast.
coming. Keep them coming. Argue with your mammy. Keep them coming. Show her
Look,
some love. Show her some love. Spartanburg Gators 11U. Caleb, what's happening, Montgomery? Mr.
okay,
Montgomery, how you
Caleb,
feel?
what's up?
Uh, let's see. Gary Bird's song. Haha, ours was not there. They're supposed to keep them 40 to 60 feet above the field. I knew Gary would know the damn rule. 40, 60 feet above the field and not directly over the players. Okay. Okay. 40 to 60 feet. I mean, Gary, listen, I know possibly what 40 to 60 feet will look like, but, they were stopping the games. They were stopping the games, and I get it. But I think if it is a rule, if there's something behind it, then it needs to be, let it go. Yeah, let the drones fly. I kind of like it. I do like it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
The
ain't
only
gonna
way
like
I
it.
would see that it might be a distraction is, probably like for the younger kids, like the 6U. Sometimes some things are just like, vroom, and they'll be like, oh,
Just
wow.
right, but that's why Gary's saying. I guess I'm assuming the rule is 40 to 60 feet above the field, which is pretty
Okay.
tall. You're talking about up as high as the goalpost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty high and out there. Appreciate you, Miss Sarah. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Lonnie. Happy birthday from GVE 9U. Whoo,
There you go.
beautiful.
They gonna play all this week, all day this week too. No, they're not gonna play all day. See, it gets a little bit shorter. Don't get me wrong. Second round is okay. All right. But for myself, I'm pretty sure Candace might have somewhere to go already. We're going to let you know. But me with calling it, I like those longer games. If I'm going to get in that booth, I want to be locked in the booth. And I was locked in this past Saturday. Upstate Titans 12U 156-0. Great day in the morning. That boy didn't show up. Happy birthday from GVE. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
It was in the stand. It was over the stands. I'm not gonna even sit there and say I'm not saying right or wrong, Mike. Nephew, you know me, man. I'll call it like I see it. The person who was riding the drone was literally in the booth next to me on the other side. He even brought it inside the window a couple of times. So he was up. He was up pretty high. He was up pretty high. He said the drone. The drone tells you. What? The drone tells them, Gary. It's not gonna tell. It's not going to tell the people that are out there watching. That's who's having a birthday. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the
Happy
Johnson
birthday
family.
from
The
the whole
Johnson
family.
family. Thank
Now I'm about to
you.
say that is everybody. She put everybody
Look,
on
that's the
there.
Johnson family. That's a big family,
All right,
okay?
Miss Mary. Thank you, Miss Mary. You took your time and typed that one, sister.
Okay. Sarah, the Mag cheerleaders. Them girls is good. I love
There you
them
go.
girls.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Ashley Ridge. Ooh, Tony, that boy, yo, 10U. Put me in my
Oh no,
place.
Tony. Tony, don't tell don't do
Giselle.
that. I ain't gonna let you do that flag. Flag, where's my flag on the play? I'm a flag on the play. She can't come out like that, Tony.
Look.
She can't come out like that. Tony. Flag on the play already. Uh, I gotta check in for my 12U. Hey, Laquita, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening? What's going
Quita.
on? 12U in the building. Sailor from Meg Cheer Team says happy birthday, Candace.
Thank you.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'll have y'all. Listen, I'm gonna get back to y'all. I'm gonna get back. I
Yeah, we be
promise.
here all day.
All day. Exactly.
I
Y'all gonna
love
have
to
me like you
know.
did last week, boy. I was leaning. But anyways, here we go. From a quick recap for what we did in the 6U on at Garrett High School, the old Garrett High School, home of the Raiders. 6U. It was AR versus Fort. Fort took the win 30-6. Then we move on to the 8U division. Fort Dorchester versus the Stags. 38-0. Fort takes the win. Kind of surprising seeing how the coach that is in 8U now is a real dog. So I don't think that sheds the light on the Stags of how they actually played, but it just made it look like that. If that makes any sense. You ever see a
Yes.
team get beat and then you're like, that's not them. That's not how they, but they went against Fort. So what the hell? You're gonna have a tough time. Then we moved on to the 12U division. Fort Dorchester versus Woodland. Woodland took the win 52-28. Then the
That was
10U
11U?
division. Huh?
That was 11U?
12U.
Okay.
12U. Woodland over Fort 52-28. Fort Dorchester then takes on the win in the 10U division over Colleton County 28-0. Then we moved on to another set of 6U, so it had to be FCS. It's still D1. NC Raiders versus Colleton County, 6U division. NC Raiders take the win 22-0. Then we moved on to the 8U division. NC Raiders versus Woodland. Raiders take the win 34-6. Move on to the 10U division, where the Green Wave took on North Charleston. North Charleston took the win 26-0. Then the 12U Green Wave take on the NC Raiders, and the NC Raiders take that win at 42-6. It was predominantly what we thought it was going to be. NC Raider Fort Dorchester party. And that's kind of how it came out. Exception of Woodland upsetting the full-blown sweep for Fort Dorchester taking the 12U division. Yeah, it was, that 12U was all right. I mean, you talk about quick scoring. They scored, I think, within the first 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, each team had scored like 2 times.
Jesus.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I'm talking about first play off a scrimmage, snap, boom, gone. Amir, number 18 from Woodland, taking off. I'm like, this kid runs like a deer, long legs. You got to hit him low. But he's the type of kid at 6'2", he gets low. Oh, yeah. 6'2". I think this kid says he wears almost a size 15 or 16.
Stop
And
it.
yeah, so I'm like, it's a big kid. He's slim, but I think once they start working with him and he starts getting out of high school reps, it's game over for you. Real quick, we want to give a shout out to everybody who dropped the scores on the page. We appreciate you, on the post, if you will. We appreciate you. Juan Wynn called in with the 10U Raiders over Somerville, 26-0. The 2 Slippery Boys over Flowtown, Phoenix. The Jiggy Boys, that's the Fort Dorchester Youth Patriots, 30-6. As you heard earlier, 12U Megs, 50-22 over the Rhinos.
Wow.
Don't everybody get quiet now. Don't y'all get quiet now. Okay. I thought somebody said something. 7U Fort over Philip Simmons, 30-0. The 8U D1 EC Warhawks, 18 versus West Columbia, 18-6. The 8U took over that West Columbia. Sounds like it was a good game. We'll hear some more about it. Guys, sounds like it was a good game. 12U Raiders, 44 over Somerville, 44-6. In the FCS, GVE, Greenview Eagles, 26-0 over Mamba Elite on the 10U. Of course, you heard about Fort, 52-28. 10U, Trinity Elite, 6. Flowtown, 0. I know that was a bang-up game. I know that was, just from the score. Shout out to 12U Stratford with the win over Camp Future, 34-0. Also, Fort 10U, 22-20 over the TCA Tigers. I know that was a good game. And the Swamp Foxes take a couple of wins home with the 10U division, 30-8 over West Columbia Tigers. And the D2 took the 10U 6-0 over Philip Simmons. Bam! And that's mine right there. So, oh my gosh, happy birthday. Thank you. William Bell. Oh my gosh. Boy,
Yeah.
that's your conversation, sir, will come at the end of the season. I'm gonna put Candace on later, off camera. I'm gonna put Candace up on point of what happened with that. But we sure gonna bring that up at the end of the season.
Jeez.
Them boys just be whining but recording their games. Hey, listen. You know what? And from what I heard, he gives out if you ask for it, he'll give you the footage. So, I mean, come on, man. You can't get no better than that. Happy birthday from your cousins, the Capital City Vipers.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Definitely, definitely, y'all. Come on now, y'all. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Happy
Coach Mark, what's
birthday.
up? Thank you.
It's Sis' birthday. Every week is going to be a long game against Fort. I kind of think so. I think it's coming down to possibly the usual suspects, but we going to see. Drones can be beneficial for filming youth games, but should be carefully regulated with safety and privacy in mind. Okay. I don't know how much privacy. Like, I don't, if the drone is going to fly, I think it's either over one of the side or the other. I don't like going behind another sideline. So if that's what we're talking about, then I'm definitely in agreement. Don't come over my sideline with your drone. Like, I think you're trying to do too much then. That's just me. That's just me. I don't care if you film the game. I don't care if you film the game, but just, keep it on your sideline. Thanks, D, too. Also, I know Candace. Hey, Candace.
Yeah, thank you, Miss D. Thank you for the birthday. I saw
Come,
hers.
Stomp. Wait, shut the hell up. Like, Marcus Singleton in the building. If you want to be
Hey,
a knight, just say that.
say that.
That's my dog right there. That's my dog.
Okay, OG, I'm
Desiree.
ready for my spill. I'm ready for my spill.
Okay,
Oh,
you
sorry.
ready?
Let me cut it off. Oh, I was looking. Oh, what did you say? I missed that one. Oh, it's coming up now. Thank you, Coach Stump. Thank you, G. That's a lot of birthday love today.
Hey, listen, you got to get it. Raiders and
Okay,
Fort
okay.
merger. Shut that. But Jesse, you know that is. Listen, I tell you, that happens. Don't even play here. Go somewhere. Go somewhere else to play. I ain't gonna lie, boy. Raiders and Fort merge. Y'all gonna take what we say literally. We were just like joking about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did that for real. You might just don't. Layup line in full effect for that number one seed. He
Hey, Miss
said,
Pratt, I still got your clip. I got your layup clip coming tonight. Don't worry. It's coming tonight. Mr. Prayers had a public announcement.
"Uh-oh,
Yeah.
the road to state comes through Fort." You might be right. Jiggy boys in the building. Tell them they don't win Saturday, they can pull up Sunday. Oh Lord, tell them they don't win Saturday, they can pull up Sunday. I
Yeah, but
guess
they're
so.
having bowl games. They're having some type of bowl games for teams who, if you're out the playoffs.
Hey, listen, I don't.
Oh,
You
God.
saw what I messaged you earlier. You'll be
You
reading your
talking to
message.
me or somebody else?
You'll be reading your text messages. I'm talking to you. You got it. You got to see what I text
Oh,
you, Candace.
I thought I had responded to everything.
Did you
You know, you
respond to it?
probably didn't tell you I am so bad with texting.
No, I see
Go
that now,
back.
but we good.
I'll go back
It's
and look.
on there, and I can say I communicated, so I leave
Yeah.
it. But it's all good. All right. We got a couple more, then we gonna let Candace get to hers. We get 12 and
Yeah,
ready to do.
chop, because I got some stuff to say. I
Uh-oh.
got a lot. Mine is a lot more detailed.
Okay. We there. We getting there.
42-0. Ooh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We ready to fry up some birds Saturday.
This game is going to
Ooh.
be such a conflict of interest for me.
Hey, listen.
That KU game is a conflict of interest.
It's no different. Every week, you're. This is one again, ladies and gentlemen. The views of the Source SC podcast are just the
Mm-hmm.
views of us. This is edutainment. I'm gonna have to just put a little thing up there every time before we start. This is edutainment. We're not always gonna be right. We're not always gonna be
Mm-hmm.
wrong either, but we're always gonna have the love. Okay? We love what we do, and this is exactly why we put this together, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. We're making it work, and it's not forced. Okay, but we're having damn sure having fun with it. So don't get it twisted. Everything is all done in fun. We still love all the kids and all the orgs out there. All right, come on, sis. What you got for me?
All right. So I guess the way that I'll start mine off is I'll start off. in order with the games and my
Okay.
feedback and kind of where I think is going to go first round. I probably only need y'all. My spiel will probably only be about 30 minutes.
You're
30
good.
minutes. Okay.
Let's get it.
All right. So first off, I kind of went into the picks free balling last week and I kind of hate that. I feel
Pause. Pause.
Come on
Oh
now.
God.
Come on. I need you to focus. I got a lot to say and so the people trying to get through this.
All right.
So and I feel like that's kind of unfair to a lot of the teams that I haven't seen this season.
Yeah.
So, especially okay, so we're gonna start with the 6U GVE versus the Capital City Vipers. Yes, I did pick that 6U Viper team. And before I could even touch foot on the turf good, GVE let me hear about it, okay? Don't think
Okay.
because that's the home team, CSC gets spared. No way, no way, no way. Now, like I said, I did not see. I wish I could see everybody in one season, but I can't. But I can tell you what I do, and this is not only with Greenview. This is with the Columbia Knights. Teams that I don't see, I make phone calls. I'm like, hey, what happened with this game? How did this game go? Who scored here? How was the defense? How was the offense? So I can kind of stay afloat a little bit when I'm doing things like this. But now that I've seen what I saw this weekend, I can speak more confident about my picks and I need to go back on some of the statements that were said. So,
Oh.
like I said, 6U GVE defeats the Capital City Vipers. And what I had said about the 6U GVE was just from feedback, I just heard, which, side note, it is a blessing to have a 6U. I've been to so many games this season
Yeah.
where there are no 6U teams, or the 6U teams have to go play elsewhere. So my thing was I just thought that the 6U team was just still very young based off, what was told to me. And they had some building to do. That was before Saturday. That was before Saturday now. And me, I should have known better, knowing the elite coaching staff they have over there. No matter how young that team is, that coaching staff over there, if they don't build them up by the middle of the season, end of the season, by next season up, those kids are going to be prepared. But let me tell you something, fans. There was nothing baby about that 6U GVE team against the Capital City Vipers. Now, don't get
Ooh.
me wrong. Medals. I told y'all to write down medals for the 6U Capital City Vipers. Kamari Medals did exactly what he was supposed to do, and he picked up where he left off. But that GVE 6U defense and offense, that was some good stuff, y'all. That was some good stuff. And GVE, like I said, and I think I even got shaded in the post game speech. OG, I got shaded in the post game speech. They ain't gonna say it, but I got shaded in the post game speech. But
Wow.
but all jokes aside, that 6U GVE team is a lot better than what I was expecting. Not because I didn't think that they could do it or I didn't think they had the talent. It was
Mhm.
just I really thought they were a young team, and I have not seen them all season. That 6U team is rocking and rolling. Um, 6U GVE, yes. Like I said, Capital City Vipers, they did have some good runs. They did, but the 6U GVE is the real deal. So I will not be picking against them no time soon until you know
You learned your lesson on that
um
one.
Yes, yes. And I'm trying to think what else did I want to say about the that game. Like I said, it was a really good game. The next game, I didn't really have too much to say about this one. This was the 12U Camden Bulldogs versus the Capital City Vipers. The
Mhm.
Capital City Vipers took that with ease. The Capital City Vipers are exactly who I said they are. They have multiple playmakers on offense. I mean, I think what makes this team so special is just the options they have. They have
Right.
players that are gonna score. They've got players that go by name of Hitman, Gus the Bus, where if they get the ball, it's just like when you see when Derrick Henry used to run the ball, it used to be like you too big and that's just unhealthy to be running like that and dominating people. Like my face was just turned up when I see them use their big backs. Like they have so many options over there on that 12U. And like I said, a lot of those kids that can run and make those explosive um touchdowns, they do the same thing on defense. Like they was
Jeez.
popping on defense. So and it's so funny And correct me if I'm wrong, my Vipers family, but nobody, and don't y'all try to come at receipts and said y'all had them. Nobody was thinking about the 12U Capital City Vipers all season. I went and set in on some of their practices at the beginning of the season, and I don't know if I said this out loud or I said it to myself, but I said, don't worry, by the end of the season, all of this about to come together. And it's the end of the season and it's here. Not to mention, this is the same 10U team that I followed from last season, upper state, all the way to the state championship. The majority of them have moved up. So it's that
Ooh.
10U team plus some added pieces from previous 12U. This
Who
is going to be, go ahead. I'm listening,
who
OG.
was that? Wait, because I remember that 10U. I remember that. I remember them.
Yes.
The
Yes. They played,
running
they
back.
played.
The running back, number one.
Are you sure it was number one?
Was he number one? 10. Oh my gosh. I liked him. Well respectable kid, well mannered, but he balled out. For
Yeah.
10U Capital City Vipers last year, I gotta check my notes. I gotta check my notes
Yeah.
because
We can
I
come back on
remember
it.
I remember seeing that kid and following him for quite a while when I was hitting the Midlands up last year. But he was phenomenal. Capital City Vipers, I love their whole
Yeah.
organization. They,
Yes.
they, they just got something beautiful going on over there that I
Yes.
wouldn't be surprised if they just double in numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Those are literally my second cousins on my mama's side. So,
Yeah.
like I said, the Vipers were exact. I mean, they were not. I mean, Camden. You know, they were stopping Camden every drive. The Vipers were on offense the majority of the time, but it was no fatigue. Like they have options, and I think that's what's going to make them so dangerous when we get further into this playoff bracket. So yeah, not too much on that one. G12U GVE and Flowtown Elite. Man, man. So GVE took the win 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Now I know when we were doing our picks and I was talking about Flowtown,
Yep.
and the options that they also have on offense. But for some reason, OG, that Flowtown team that I saw this past Saturday was not the Flowtown team that I have been seeing all season on offense. And it was from the start of the game. And I thought it was like, because, I've seen sometimes where, Flowtown, get in they have to find their rhythm a little bit, but it doesn't take long.
Right.
So my question is, and like I said, I don't want to use the term Cinderella story for that 12U GVE, but I've had personal conversations at the beginning of the season with Coach Q and how we felt, how we felt this season was going to go for this 12U team.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, I mean, let me just say this, their record does not affect that 12U GVE team that I saw Saturday. I
Ooh.
mean, the defense was lights out, lights out. Offense, it was amazing. And GVE and the Vipers are going to match up next round. And when I tell you both of these teams are going to have an answer, GVE is similar to the Vipers when I say that, having multiple size backs, multiple size tacklers. So for anything, they got somebody small that can go against somebody small over there. Somebody real big, 2026. Is that the number for GVE 12U? I'm telling you, I'm telling you that GVE team that I saw that Saturday, I can't speak for their gameplay the rest of the season, but it does not reflect their record. Um, and
Jeez.
I think just so I can kind of get this out of the way, when GVE and the Vipers match up, if GVE is going to win that game, their defense is going to have to win that game. Their
Okay.
defense is going to have to win that game. Um, like I said, I'm not picking that one because it's a conflict of interest, but
We just saying if they play,
right.
if they
Yeah,
play.
if they were to play. Um, and like I said, for those 12U Vipers, they're most lethal. I mean, they're going to be lethal on both offense and defense. But when these two are going to clash, it's going to be a recipe for disaster when it comes to talent on both ends of the ball. And I mean that in a good way. So
Jeez.
I think before I go to the next game, my only concern though is
Mhm.
like I said, with GVE, I've been knowing them. I've been knowing those 12U players, most of them, first year when they played 10U. And they've got this like swagger and aura about them. Like, and it's just, they are who they are. You would have to know them. Very respectful young men,
Yep.
but they're gonna tell you how they feel. They're gonna talk their trash, even if it's against their own teammate. If their teammate get a hold, they in their brother face. Like, yeah, what's up? So I just hope, and that kind of led to some costly penalties at the end on the goal line. Like I said, the refs were really good this weekend. Don't get me wrong. But I just hope, like I said, and that's just the persona of that GVE team. But I just hoping, because this game is probably gonna be a little chippy in a respectful way. I'm just hoping, they'll just calm it down some. Like, but that's just the
Yeah.
small them.
You don't want it to turn into something else. When it
Yeah.
when when it gets competitive, you say what you got to say and you walk away. That's one
Yeah.
thing. When you
Yeah.
stay in each other's face and somebody has to come in
Yeah.
between you and break you up, you've been doing it too long.
Yep. Oh, that was Dallas Crawford for yes, Dallas. Number one. They're running back for Vipers.
That's who what? Yeah, that
Yep.
name sounds familiar.
Yep, that was Dallas.
Uh New to this show, but would love y'all to be the guests on the sidelines with Coach DJ Jennings. Love this. All right, we appreciate it.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you,
you can,
Dennis.
yeah. Hey, listen, you can definitely message us, man. We're always up for new stuff. We're new to the show too,
Yeah.
Miss Denise. We're new.
So we
We're
are trying to
not
get
new to
y'all
the
here.
game. We just finally brought it together, and it finally came into fruition. It was Candace's idea. Called up and said, "Hey, listen, let's do it. Let's pull the plug on it."
Yep.
Dominique, what you tagging people for?
Oh
GVE
yeah.
raised Hitman. And Antoine says GVE raised Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman did come from GVE, but he's doing his thing. And Hitman was on the sideline after the Vipers game. So it's all love between those two.
You
It,
can sleep, or you can sleep, but not on us. God,
okay.
no.
Yep.
Laquita Dallas Crawford. That name sounds. It was a dog running back, man. It might be Dallas. It was a couple of them
They
actually.
have a
The
lot.
the tank they do have talent on that
Mhm.
on that Capital City Vipers on that 10U last year. But if a lot of
Yep.
them went up there, then that's up. Hirsch, what's up, big dog? Tell
Yep.
boy, that's the new Danny Jones boy. They don't know how we get down. Garrett's the new
Yeah, but
Danny to the
GVE
old
did have
Garrett.
3 touchdowns called back. They did. I forgot
Ooh,
the most important part. They did have 3 touchdowns called
ooh.
back.
What?
But
Now see, that's more disheartening.
mm-hmm.
That's more
Mm-hmm.
disheartening than anything. And I think that's probably why those guys get in each other's face about stuff like that. Happy
Yep.
birthday, Candace Sports Corner.
Oh, thank
And
y'all for the
and
birthday
Coach
love.
and it's Rod's birthday. Get out of here.
Yeah, Coach Rod, we Scorpio twins. Now what do you
Oh
expect to
Lord.
do?
Oh, I'm throwing the flag. Where is my I got
Hey,
to buy me a flag.
hey.
I'm gonna make a flag, do something. I gotta
Look,
find
Coach
me a
Rod,
flag.
it all makes sense. It all
These
makes
two
sense.
here. But GVE 12 you
Mhm.
score. Okay, that was the one that got 3 touchdowns called back. But
Yep.
listen, and I understand that. And I'm gonna let Candace finish. I'm not gonna step in between. But discipline, number one thing, right? Just do your job, do it 100% because you're using your workhorse, you're using your line, you're using everybody's resources, and to give all of that just to get a touchdown called back. Man,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it would tick off any running back. The coach,
Yep.
everybody's mad. The kid already feels bad. So first, we shouldn't take it to the extreme. If you gotta take the kid out, put somebody else in there, cool. And if you're not gonna do that, don't jump all over the kid. Tell him what to
Mhm.
do to fix it and keep on going. Because what you don't want to do is bring that mental down, and then he just misses blocks altogether, right?
Yep. Now,
So
one
just
thing I can say, they were having healthy dialogue and conversation amongst the coaches and the players, when they would have, the flags or just
right.
like, it was healthy. It was healthy.
That's good, good,
It was
good.
healthy.
All right.
From GBE standpoint, it was healthy.
Never mind.
Hey, look, from GBE standpoint, it was healthy, okay? If you don't know, mind your business.
That means minor cussing, folks. Minor cussing.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going so I
Come
can
on, what you
wrap
got?
this up. So the next game was the 8U Hopkins Chiefs versus the 8U Greenview Eagles, and the Hopkins Chiefs took that win. I want to start with the Hopkins Chiefs. Our Play of the Week winner and multi Play of the Week and Play of the Week candidate Jace Tucker. I knew he was gonna be an X factor in this game. I knew he was going to be an X factor in this game. Zero for Hopkins Chiefs.
Okay.
Jace was absolutely phenomenal running that ball. Um, I think GVE 7U just kind of just beat themselves up a little bit. I mean, they just really beat themselves up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, Yeah. I mean, things were going really good, but then it's just, I don't know. I think that, I mean, they had some really good runs also, but that was Hopkins Chiefs for that one. That's
Ooh,
all I really have to say about that one. I really wanted GVE to get that win, but it didn't happen. And like I said, Hopkins Chiefs very well coached, GVE very well coached also, but the Chiefs had that one.
it's the playoffs. It's any given Saturday,
Yes,
and best
yes,
believe it's ScYfA where the big boys play.
yep. Next, the 10U GVE, but excuse me, the 9U GVE versus the 10U Mamba Elite. That was my highlight game of the day. And
Okay.
let me tell you, OG, you saw the check in from check in. It
Mm-hmm.
was to the end of the game. It was, I didn't know what I was gonna expect. But if you don't respect the GVE nine, if you didn't respect the GVE 9U before, put some respect on their name now. I mean, the score alone 28-0. Did I expect there were going to be no points scored by Mamba Elite? I did not. I did not. Now,
Yes.
I can tell you the way that this game went. I started off on Mamba sideline first, and GVE just took a minute to find their rhythm. You know, Mamba was getting some stops in the backfield, a couple plays, but after that, I mean, like I said, Mamba sideline was so hyped. But after that, GVE found their rhythm, and it was choo choo all across the
Wow.
board, you know. So that GVE team, that like I said, that GVE 9U is the real deal. They have a running back package. Of course, I already know money. 18, that's the freight train that I was talking about.
Okay.
Jeremiah Pitter, he was great. But one player, and like I said, y'all, there are a lot of players that I know and a lot of players that I don't know. So y'all probably know this player, but I found out about Big Ben. Big Ben. And I met Big Ben. I was in the end zone because, I like to try to get in front of the play.
Right,
Big
right.
Ben is coming up that sideline. I'm like, what the? And, they're in all white. So I'm like, what the hell is that Mack truck of a object coming up the sideline? Like
Wow.
that running back package over there. I mean, I'm sorry, no disrespect to any of the competitors before or after, but no one is beating this non-UGVE team. They're just different. And I said this before. No, I have not seen them play a lot this season. I've been seeing highlights, but what I
Mm-hmm.
have been seeing, like I said, I've known these players since they were 6U. What I have been seeing is this team and players improving each and every game. And yeah, I know I hear what y'all saying in the background. Oh, they haven't played anybody. I don't give a damn whether they play anybody or they play the best team. This 9UGVE team is still gonna be consistent. Now, not saying that they won't, once they find some smoke, which I honestly think the only smoke that they're gonna find in state is the 9U Columbia Knights. Point blank, period. Like I said,
Really.
I don't know why that game's not, well,
You know why. You know why. You know
yeah,
why.
I know why. I know why, but I personally just, because there's a lot that CSC, a lot of information that CSC gets and sees behind scenes,
Yep.
because in CSC, the fans trust, and the trust is going to be trusted. So it's stuff I would never speak on. But just my personal opinion, I'm just calling BS on both sides. On both sides. Like, I just don't understand why this game cannot happen. Because just for the reasonings that I've been seeing. Like, and
I think that would be one of those. I think that would be one of those hell of a bowl games that
yes,
everybody
and
would
like I
show
said,
up. Yep, everybody would show
and
up and watch something like that. So you want to be able
yep,
to pack the stands. Sometimes you got to play some of those games. And maybe I mean, listen, everybody can agree to disagree on
mm-hmm,
anything. Fine, but why disagree to playing?
yeah,
Both same age groups. Check your ID, do
yep,
your ID check, do all your stuff, and be done with it.
mm-hmm,
You want to come face to face? Send somebody over there to check it, and send
yep,
somebody over there to check it, and let's go ahead and play and let it be decided between the lines. That's all I'm saying.
yes, yes. And then let me just add a side note. So, like I said, I was going blind last week when I was doing a lot of my picks. So it's kind of hard for me to really, feel what I'm really trying to say. But I think
Right.
a lot of stuff that I said last week got like taken out of context a little bit. So I hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. Perfect. Oh, what's up, Coach Mike? Um, so when I said, I think what kind of triggered a lot of people was when, and we can call ourselves sports commentators, correct? I think, OG,
Of
we have
course.
enough. Yes, yes. So I've never watched the episode of First Take where they don't put in what I call an Easter egg, where it's just like the what ifs, just to shake the table a little bit,
Right.
And I had said, what I had said was, for those of you who don't know, you've probably been living on a rock if you don't know. But with the 9U and Mamba teams, a lot of the Mamba coaches have come over to GVE this season, and a lot of the players. Not to mention, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think they all played together and coached together as a whole over the summer in a tournament in Georgia. I might be wrong, but either way, both of these sidelines are very familiar with each other. So
Right.
what I said was, and this might not be verbatim, but what I was trying to say was, what if there's a possibility, OG, if with these two sidelines that are full of elite coaching. I said that. They didn't hear that
Mhm.
part though. The both sidelines elite coaching. They didn't hear none of that. And I said, do you think there might be a chance where they might can out coach each other just being around each other and knowing, you know?
I
And
think
then,
that.
but hold on.
Right.
Let me add to that. And and that's basically what I meant by that. Not that I was did I think that Mumpa could outcoach Greenview? No. But just how they've crossed paths, I thought that was possible. Just like, with what when I was talking about the 6U Greenview Eagles. I was like, I didn't think that they were too small or they were babies. I just said I thought they were young, still a very developing team that I
Right.
have not seen. But I felt like this is how the people felt. Let me get into character, Coach. See, give me one. Let me let me get into character, OG. So this is how the people felt. F you, CSC. Forget all of the 50 good things that you said about us, about our teams, about our orgs. None of that matters. All that matters is our kids are too small. You said our coaching sucks. And you gave us too much credit. Now that one threw me off. And I'm just like, what? Can I not? I mean, out of all the good stuff that I said, and everybody just took that from what I said. And it's
you,
just like,
you know that's how
can we
that's how
not throw
people
Easter
do.
eggs in there occasionally? You
That's
know?
that's how that's how people are gonna do, simply because that's the only part they hear. So
Yeah.
unless you watch both shows, unless you watch CSC, PhD, you've been around us, and if you personally talked to us on the sideline. Of course, when I show up, when Candace shows up to a spot, I guarantee you, first thing we're doing is who's ever getting ready to play first. We come out there, we say our hellos.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, we come out there, hey, how y'all doing? I'll walk from one sideline to the other. You guys heard the student
Mm-hmm.
get on the mic first and start the music up and get all that stuff rolling while I go down there and say my hellos to not only the kids, the coaches, and all that stuff. It does come down to coaching. So she's not wrong, right? So what she
Yeah.
did was she gave both coach staffs their props, their just dues, if you will. All right. And I'm not speaking for her. I'm speaking
No.
for the Source SC podcast. So she turned around and did that and said that it was going to come down, it could come down to coaching,
Could.
which
Not
which
would, not should, but could.
could come down to
Could.
coaching. Which, ladies and gentlemen, God forbid, God forbid that a coach make a mistake. It comes down to coaching. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You make the wrong play, you call the wrong play, you lose the ball, a kid fumbles, or you don't get off as much as you think you did. That's on the coach on the sorry play calling. You know what I mean? So you don't get mad at
Yeah.
that. Listen, just do better, folks, and please
Yeah.
don't ever make her
It's
do
just like
that
I
character
told
again.
I threw which character? Fuck you,
the,
CSC.
the,
How could you say that about us? I'm gonna get that for a meme, and when y'all start going at it, when y'all start going at it and getting crazy in that group, I'm gonna put that meme because that's how I feel like y'all type when
hey,
y'all
you ain't lying.
how
Yo,
y'all sound.
get that meme, and send it to me because we gonna put
Yeah,
it right on here too.
yeah. But yeah, CSC, I just like to, just throw an Easter egg in there. But y'all know I'm the most fair, And I'm gonna show respect where respect is due at all times. But and like I said, I was going in blindsided last week. I was trying to, but now that I saw what I saw this week from all the teams, I can speak more confident going through the bracket, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, it's all love. Like I said, that GDE, yeah, that was a good game. The 8U Myrtle Beach Megs and Mamba Elite. Myrtle Beach fought a good fight. Let me tell you, they fought a good fight. But that 8U Mamba team is tough. They're tough, tough, tough. That's another one of those teams that have a lot of pieces, and they know how to use them. Hey, happy C Day, sevenfold to the world below. But they got a lot of pieces, and like I said, Myrtle Beach was, Myrtle Beach. I mean, number one was phenomenal. Number 22, JoJo. They were all phenomenal, and they were fighting to the end. Um, like I said, they made it to the playoffs. I think that 8U team is phenomenal. Even some of the fans in the crowds was telling me, like, like we said, a year or two from now, that Megalodons team, if they keep those players together, it is going to be very, very lethal, very lethal. But that 8U Mamba team is tough. It is really, really tough, and I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan.
Good deal.
All right, I got two more games, and then I think I can move on.
You
The
good?
12U Beyond Sports and Mamba Elite. Like I said, it was all Mamba Elite. The best 12U player, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I've seen a lot of 12U players this season. But the best 12U player I've seen all season, Manny Washington, is still him. Scored the first drive of kickoff. I mean, I don't know that Mamba team, that 12U Mamba team, they have pieces also. I mean, they were phenomenal on offense, and then they have two key players that are coming back from injuries healthy next week. Next week. So I was looking at this matchup.
I tried to tell you. Remember I said last week. A lot of players, right? You had some that were turned around, and if they didn't make it back for playoffs round one, then they're definitely coming back for round two. Where that
Mm-hmm.
injuries, will they make a
Mm-hmm.
difference? Will they come back and bring the team's whole morale
Yep.
sky high? And now we got our dog back, like the
Yes.
triple headed dragon or something. Like that'd be interesting.
Yep. That's like I said, I don't have much to say. That Mamba team is exactly who they think they are. And in the last game, this was a good one. This was the 8U Seminole Six versus Beyond Youth. And that went into overtime. Um,
Who?
yes, and like I said, Beyond Youth featured one of my featured players that I really wanted to see, Benji, and another player scored first drive on the game. They were very good, but Seminole Six, I don't just Seminole Six across the board this season. They've got some big backs. They've got some big backs. Every
Running
and
backs, people. Running backs.
yes,
Running
not big
backs.
backs.
Don't.
Yeah, not big backs. Running backs. They have some big backs,
We
and
know
that is get the darn flag now. And that has played a factor. That played a factor in this overtime game. Like I said, Benji, our spotlight player, scored the first drive of overtime, but O Dog scored the winning touchdown for Seminole Six. Like I said, that game could have went to either team. I mean, not to mention, and you can't go back on calls, but there was a very, very suspect touchdown that was taken away from Beyond Youth. But at the end of the day, on paper, Seminole Six was the winner. They won it in overtime, and that's how it was.
What was the? Do you know what the call was?
Ooh, it was. Yes. They tried, I believe, now don't quote me on it. If anybody's in the comments, correct me on this.
Yeah, let us know the call.
I want to say it was blocking in the back, but another Seminole Six player ran into his own teammate. And I believe by the time the ref had saw it, it gave a different,
Perspective.
perspective. Yeah. I believe now
Oh.
that's what and I'm not saying that that's what I saw what happened, but that's what I heard what happened, because I'm looking at the play, the touchdown going up here, the flag was back here. But
Uh,
like I said, it's tough. It's tough.
this
It was a
listen,
tough one.
the flags did come out this time around in the playoffs. Remember we talked about it last week when I said, hey, how do you think the referees are going to respond to playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do we tighten up a little bit as the referees? Do you expect them to be tight? And they were literally over a lot of stuff, a lot of face masks, a lot of so field possession became a thing, right? You get that penalty, against you, you were backed up. You get it for you on your side, you were probably moving in some good field position. But yeah,
Yeah.
flags were definitely flying.
But one thing I can say, the refs compared to what I have seen this season, they were actually really good through and through in Ridgeview. Oh, okay, Coach Thompson is their head coach. He said they tried to call. I don't know if you can. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. It tried to call a blind side on a clean block. My boy made a clean block, and the opposing player tripped his own teammate up. Yeah, one good thing I can say is, first of all, thank you to all the referees who come out week after week after week to do your job. We do appreciate you. We do appreciate you. I it's just you got to know when you made a bad call. You just got. If you made a bad call, you didn't physically see it, and all you see was the aftermath. I get it. If you were at a bad angle, don't call it. Don't call. If it was right or wrong, don't call it. But like we said last week, Candace, don't leave it up to the referees.
Yeah,
Don't even leave it up to
yeah.
the
Like I
referees.
said,
But
and like I said, that's nothing. I'm not taking Seminole Six win away from them. I just wanted to put that in. Like, that happened during the game, but Seminole Six played that. I mean, their run game was lethal. It was lethal, and when they needed it to show up most, it did. So both of those teams, they played their heart out, but Seminole Six just, they came out on top. They did,
it's
and they deserved it. They deserved it.
There you go. Speaking of Seminole Six, Miss Monica White, how you doing, sis? Them
Oh, hey,
kids,
Monica.
them kids fought, and we had a lot of penalties on our side that put the Lions in some good spots, right? So that's kind of what happens. Seminole Six has always been one of those teams, though. You can't really, you
No,
don't sleep on. You can't sleep
no,
on them. I don't
especially
care
during
what age group.
playoff time. Especially
No.
during playoff time. Like I said, they've got they've got some big backs over there, running backs, and it's gonna make a difference this next
Oh
round.
yeah, it'll definitely make a difference. They got big play. They got some big players all around that'll just strictly move the ball. You see a kid like that, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that's a guard, that's a tackle." You mess
Mm-mm.
around, that kid's got a little speed on him. Nobody's gonna want to
Mm-hmm.
step in front of that all game long for 4 quarters. So if I condition that kid, if I get that kid lowering his shoulder and running with shoulders over toes, that's
Yep.
game over. That's game over.
Yep. I'm over
Who
here
else?
sitting,
Who else you had? Since you had some more?
getting a little spicy in the comments. I'm sorry.
You
I'm just
see him,
looking at
man.
the
You see it.
comments.
I keep
Yes,
flipping.
because
I'm
I'm over
like,
here like, hold on, wait a minute now, wait a
y'all,
minute.
y'all on
Um,
some. Let's see. Hold on. Monica says we had 3 face mask calls, then went against us, and the officials couldn't even give us a number or tell us what kid. Now that
yeah,
part
I
I
was
kind of
hearing
don't
that.
like. I don't like that. That is kind of that's a pet peeve of mine. If you're gonna call a penalty, you're gonna be a referee. You want to be treated professional. You want to be professional. Tell me the damn number. Tell me the
Mm,
number. So how can I help it? How can I fix it? How can I talk to that student athlete?
mm-hmm.
I don't
Yep.
know who was that. Hirsch and Shaq arguing, going back and forth. Listen, you already know what it is, man. Line that joint up. Keep all that flim flam out of our damn
Please.
show, man. Just if you're gonna talk to us. Don't talk to each other. I'm gonna stop putting your stuff up. What's up, partner?
Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't get the chance to see you Saturday night. This is Dave. Hey, Dave, I saw you out there doing your thing, man. It's all good. Yeah, man. You're 12. You look real good. Raiders look real good on Saturday. Much respect to 706. It was a true dog fight. Big Gordon
Mm-hmm.
Thompson, appreciate that, man. That's respect.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Um, I guess okay. So before I wrap up, those were just the games that I was at. I know I got some more FBS games that I kind of wanted to just touch on. And like also some craziness on your bracket. Not probably not as much as my side of the bracket, but I guess my biggest takeaway from what I saw, like I said, the non UGV team. Um, that 8U and 12U
Mhm.
Mamba Elite teams and the 6U GVE. I mean, I'm really, really excited to see how these next rounds go. Um,
Yeah, round two. If I can find it. Oh man, I should have went back to my original. Round two is coming up. I believe one is at Dillon Park.
mm-hmm,
One is at Cane Bay. So these are the shorter games, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to have those 8 games going on because we did that last week. So of course, this week you're looking at 3 to 4, probably 4 games each. If I could find mine, I had it queued up a second ago, but my our comments over here start getting a little spicy, if you will. I don't know what the heck. Y'all just hey, listen, line up and play. We got some bowl games coming up. Mess around
yeah.
and sign up for that. That's what you do. Take all that away. I don't want to hear no more talking.
Yep.
Let them pads get to clapping.
I got a side note. Is
Yeah,
there any representatives in here from the Rock Hill Wildcats? I didn't hear much about Rock Hill this weekend, but they're making their way through the brackets. What's up with the Rock Hill Wildcats?
Rocket Wildcat. You know what they do? They have the
Hmm.
10U
Yeah,
going
came out of
against the
nowhere.
Carolina Rhinos. Oh, you ain't lying. Slowly
Yeah,
but
they.
sure. Rock Hill's been around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And again, they're one of those teams because they're up there close to the upstate Titans. Okay, you know, you might not have heard so much about them, but
Mm-hmm.
again, another competitive team. I remember them from way back. I believe they did AAU, if I'm not mistaken, and then came over. But I wouldn't sleep on them. Another one of those teams that you can play around if you want to. You're gonna mess around and find out. And you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
find out at the last minute. And this is normally when you find out. These win teams. Second round, first round, eh, not too many upsets, not too many teams that you thought would win that didn't win, and vice versa. But second round, some dogs really gonna show up. And of course, you know, for the Super Bowl, the championship, it ain't nothing but a dog fight. That's all we
Mm-hmm.
want to see. That's all
Yep.
we want to see. Um, so we have a couple of the second round. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned to Friday. So we're going to run down this list right here. We'll let
Mm-hmm.
Candace give her shout outs. We'll scroll down to a couple of these comments. Y'all are getting y'all are getting a little crazy. But anyways,
I'm going back to the
FCS
bracket.
SCS round two
Yeah.
games in the upper state. Games we played at Dillon Park. In the 8U, it's Seminole 6 versus Mamba Elite. 12U, Metro Mamba Elite versus Bishopville Dragons. The 6U, Carolina Rhinos against the Carolina Rams. 10U, Carolina Rams versus GVE. Games be played at Lawrence High School. Field number 2, Dutch Fork Silver Foxes. Hello. Congratulations, Dutch Fork.
I picked. Did I not? But hey, hold. Stop 1 second. I
Yeah,
picked that Dutch Fort team,
yeah.
but like I said, we've all been on the side of football where we felt like games were taken away. And I communicate all coaches aside, all head coaches aside for the 7U Trinity Elite. But I communicate a lot with the parents and grandparents of players of that team. And a
Okay.
lot of them, like I said, when you lose like this, it's tough, especially when it's not expected coming from an org like that. Um, but I just don't feel like they are the type to make excuses. I was trying to read through comments to see what happened with that game, but they felt like that game was taken away from them due
Ooh,
to penalties. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some of the comments. Like I said, it's just another one of those unfortunate situations.
right.
um you know and who's to say, even if those penalties or whatever might have happened, you still got to score on the drive. Like I said, that I said that Dutch 14 was nothing to play with. Um, but that's what I wanted to say about that 7U game. I don't know how it went down or what went down, but um, it was just crazy, crazy.
Hey, listen, Dutch Fork is definitely
Crazy.
showing their true colors
Mm,
coming up, almost playing like the high school, if you will.
well,
So they're trying to put their name on the table. 6U, Rock Hill Wildcats. You just got through talking about it, right? We just got through talking about Rock Hill against the Metro City Titans. The 10U division, it'll be the Carolina Rhinos versus the Rock Hill Wildcats. Then the 12U, Myrtle Beach Megalodons versus the TE Titans. Listen, you don't mess around and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know what I'm about to say. Meg's
Yeah.
gonna mess around and show something off of year one with
Yeah.
that 12U. If not, and if they go home, knock on wood, good luck to both teams. If they do go home, I still think you go home with your head held high.
Yep.
Um,
And that's one of the games I had highlighted because if you see Trinity Elite Titans, they only beat Rock Hill 14-12. The
yeah.
Megalodons put up 50 points of offense to 22 Carolina Rhinos. I like the Megs. I like the Megs.
Damn.
I like the Megs. I
I
mean,
think their mentality, everything is like clicking for them right now.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they do off season or off the field. All right, but let me just put you guys up on game just a little bit. If you have a youth organization, you've been rocking with those guys ever since 7v7 and ever since spring. You've been with these kids. Do something with those kids or for those kids to let them all just be together like this, just tight knit. You'd be surprised. Moms, dads, cousins, you got other. If my kids play on the same team as Candace's kids, and we live around one another. Then and we see each other at practice, and it's hey, and it's respectful, and it's ha ha, and it's hee hee. We cutting up a little bit.
Oh,
We always having fun. Then they should come in. What happened?
I'm sorry. I was reading one of the comments.
Oh Lord, listen, man,
Apologies.
they just been going down this whole thing.
Sheba.
Monica, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let me get through this right here. Y'all killing me. We gonna get to the comments because I only got a couple minutes. We running behind. Uh,
Yeah.
Games at Cane Bay High School. It is 8U James Island Trojans. Shout out James Island versus TCA Tigers. Then the 10U Ashley Ridge Swamp Fox takes on the Bamberg Red Raiders. Bamberg, you're making a name for yourself. You're making a name for yourself. Then at 12 o'clock, it's the 12U Cross Junior Trojans taking on the Stratford Knights. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. Uh, Games at Fort Dorchester High School coming up this weekend also. And the 8U Fort Dorchester Patriots against the Knights. James Island Trojans against Fort Dorchester. Then the 12U is James Island versus Goose Creek. Wow. Uh, some heck of a games be lined up. Of course, you guys know. Tune in this Friday. You want to hear about some of the games that's going on in the Midlands, somewhere where Candace may be. We'll be right here for it, and we'll be. What you got this weekend? You got something set up or what?
I'm not doing ScYfA this weekend. I'm doing AYF Championship in Lancaster. I'll be
Hey,
back for
listen.
Upper State in Lower State though. It's a lot. So y'all got to keep me updated on these matchups. So I take it Friday because I had a whole spiel about these matchups coming into the weekend. So I take it Friday. We'll reconnect and we can talk about the matchups
We,
going into
Going into Saturday, yeah, most
Saturday.
definitely. We could definitely do that. We'll go down through that. We'll probably give our picks again. I'll have all
Mm-hmm.
mine ready off the list I just read. Any ones that I missed, that's what was posted up at the time. Please hurry up and get Fort 6U before their coach stress everybody out. Hey, listen, it's too late for that. He's already got him out.
I just wanted to say one more thing too.
Go ahead, sis.
I know I had picked the West Columbia Tigers. And OG, we kind of had this conversation before we actually got logged on, and I
Right.
just want to shout out Ashley Ridge because the fact what was that score 38-0? Correct me on that 36-0 or something. I don't want to put a zero if they didn't have a
No, was
zero.
it 34-8, 34-6 or something? I
But
know which
either
one you're talking
way,
about. Yeah.
yeah, either way, I don't know if I'm more shocked or impressed. Shocked that, West Columbia lost, not saying that Ashley Ridge could not, or I'm more impressed that Ashley Ridge put up 30 points against that defense and stopped that offense. So I was saying to Professor before, It's time to put some respect on that 10U name too. And I'm speaking to myself for myself and anybody else who hadn't, because that's gonna be, yeah, that team, Ashley Ridge, Swamp Fox's 10U, that was very impressive, very impressive.
And you know what? I know we were talking earlier, but I if I had seen like mid-season, you tell me to pick one out of the Ashley Ridge. First of all, me and Gary, James, all of Ashley Ridge, we go way back. But
Hmm.
I would have really said the 12s. I would have said the 12. Like, like, oh, who's definitely going at the beginning of the season after playing a couple of games? I would have
Hmm.
said the 12s. But they are competitive amongst each other. You know what I mean? It's like in-house rivalry type stuff to where
Yeah.
one age group has to do, tries to outdo the next, and then before you know it, now they both sitting in here.
I'm laughing at Jesse Logan talking about AYF this ScYfA property. Lock them up.
Hey, public,
Look, I got
who
I gotta get I gotta get everywhere. I gotta get it. If I could be in two places at once, Lord knows I would love to be, but I know everybody's gonna take care of business this weekend.
Hey, y'all, hey, and he took that from me. Didn't I say that last time? This Skyper property, that's right. But listen, we love everybody. Don't get it twisted. We are not, as much as it's just the majority is ScYfA, so that's why, we rock like that. Don't get it twisted. AYF championships, I've been there. Y'all are blessed to have Candace come out there and do her thing. You know she's gonna put y'all on the map. You know we're gonna talk about it. Of course we'll talk about it on Friday, man. That's what we here for. All right? Y'all already
Um,
know what to do.
do we have 5 seconds? I did not touch on those Greenville games. My
Come on,
lord.
sis. I got which I'm gonna pop these comments up at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, let me that how could I forget? That was okay. Um all right, so those Greenview games. Whew, like I said, it's still kind of consistent with me when it comes to the Upstate Titans. I'm gonna see any that stood out. The 12U beat the Northeast Wolfpack 56-0. Um okay, let's see here. That was 12U. Let me get back. All right, the 10U bracket. Like I said, still Upstate Titans. Upstate Titans over the Hopkins Chiefs. Um, Carolina Storm beat the Capital City Ravens. That was a surprise for me, but that was a close game, 8-12. Greenview Eagles 28-0 against the United Outlaws. And this goes back to one of my comments that I was saying too, when I was like, UCSC, you see what it is. But when I was speaking on the Greenview Eagles last week in their offense, and I know for a fact that I said this, I said, yes, this is a very high powered offense, but we have not seen what we have expected out of them all season from what this offense can truly be when it's rocking and rolling. So that's what I had meant about that GVE offense. But now, in the past 2 or 3 games, this offense is definitely finding its rhythm. They're getting, like I said, it's no reason why the pieces that this GVE 10 you have, why it's no reason why it shouldn't be at least 4 or 5 different players in the end zone every single game. And that's on the ground and in the air.
What?
Sometimes when you have and I've seen this not just with this team, but some of the best teams that I have seen with a lot of stacked talent, you would think that it would be easy to just run it and run the score up. But I'm seeing that it's not. It's better said than done. But this GVE team is finding their rhythm, and when they're scoring high scoring offensive points, so to speak,
Mm.
more than what they were doing all season. I know we said we were going to talk about next game matchups, but they have a very highly anticipated matchup against the Trinity Elite Titans the next round. Trinity Elite Titans only beat Flowtown 6-0 over the weekend. Greenview won 28-0. I mean, they played the United Outlaws, but still, I'll talk Friday. I'll talk Friday.
If I mean, you got to give it to him. But I want to touch on something. Carolina Storm. Carolina Storm, if I'm not mistaken, was part of the Asheville Extreme back in the day. So they're not new. They're
Mm-hmm.
new as an organization because Asheville Extreme did the split, and I get it, but they're not new to this type of league and style play. So hey, I guess they're gonna ball out. They're gonna ball out, but I kind of want to see. I don't know. I want to see him go back to that dominating factor when they had Asheville Extreme together. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know if they still have that. And they had that across the board with all their teams back in the day. So I hope they kind of do get back to that. Um, yeah, GVE looks good. We need that.
Yeah, like I said, if they can just smart, simple football, run the plays and run the players. I mean, it should be smooth selling. It should be. It should be. And like I said, the fact and we're going back to Trinity Elite because they tried they did get on my case too. They got on my case too at the beginning of the season when they didn't understand where I was coming from. But when I was but that was because I had more respect for them coming into ScYfA just based off their name and reputation. So I put them on a higher level as far as coming into ScYfA. I had a little bit more expectations for them. And when they were winning games like 6-0, 6-12 at the beginning of the season, I was like, okay, it's just kind of not enough. And I remember one of their fans commented and said, well, we don't want to give everything out right now. We just winning and getting our rhythm. Okay, that's cool. I get that. But now here we are at the end of playoffs going into the second round and it's another 6-0 win.
Was it the defense, or you think it was just a slow?
I
I
mean,
mean,
either way, if it is defense, I mean, what are you gonna do when you're going against a high powered off? I mean, I don't know.
no, I get you, and I think
Yeah.
I know where you're getting to. Um, if you hold it, you hold it. If your defense can withstand being out there for quarters on end and can hold
Hmm.
a team and it's 6-0, hey, of course you got to take the win. But
I get it.
under,
Yes.
but what I know what Kansas is trying to say, and I get it. You're gonna be playing some dogs. You're gonna be playing
Yeah.
some dogs. Your defense is gonna have to. I understand they did well, 6-0. You're gonna take the win, but I
But how is
promise
it
you,
gonna work when you go up against another? What am I trying to say? How is it gonna work when you have an O line that's stopping your defense and you got a high powered offense scoring? That can go for any team. Well, then what? That's the case I'm coming from. It might be the defense.
how about if your defense stays out there? We saw one team this past week. Their defense stayed out there dang near the whole first quarter, and I
Hmm.
said, man, you are going to be tired.
Hmm.
It wasn't an easy in, easy out. This defense stayed out there almost the whole first quarter. I'm like, if this is how it's gonna go, boy, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in
Yep.
trouble.
Yep. And like I said, much respect to Trinity Elite and coach over there, but I got to see more on the offense to really, really take it serious. I got to see more. Like it's crunch time. It's crunch time. And
Even
it is like
once,
I said, if it is
even
the defense, it is the defense. But
yeah. Juan Saban, Juan Saban says, damn right, been trying to tell people that they can't think you're gonna win state and y'all winning 12-6 or 6-0.
mm-hmm.
Somebody said they watched film. You must be talking about the big guy. James Elliott, what's happening, big dog? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Well, listen, hey man, you already know how it goes down when it when it comes to the 1-2 punch of myself and of course my partner in crime right here at Kansas Sports Corner.
Yes,
This
Lord.
weekend, Friday night, make sure you tune back in. All right, to the Friday night hype edition of that's right, the Source SC podcast show. We'll be doing predictions, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just be ready. Just be ready. You never know. We'll have our lineups and have all of our notes together and get back with y'all. All right, we
Mm-hmm.
just want to come and do a recap to let y'all know we were still here. We're still doing the
Yeah.
thing. All
Yeah, it's a
right.
lot that I didn't touch on, but I think everything else that I want to hit on, we can talk about because I got to talk about the Rhinos. I got to talk about the Carolina Rams too because it's in the FBS, I mean the FCS bracket, it's gonna be some. I think those are FBS. We got more predictable matchups, but that
Yeah.
FCS,
Yeah.
let me tell you, it's gonna be some crazy good matchups and footballs in that division.
Anybody's game. Anybody's game. It's the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely got to bring your A game. Coaches, you got to have your minds right. Players, you got to be in shape. You got to be, we ain't talking about conditioning no more. We got to go over that. This week is a whole new game plan. Probably
Yep.
put in a fresh new play or two. We hope that everybody made it to practice. If you're just getting back from practice, don't forget it gets dark quicker. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's a crunch time too. Some of you guys aren't blessed to have lights. Some of you have been using the headlights from the parents' cars. It is what it
Okay.
is, but you out there getting it done. So we appreciate you and we salute you. Friday night, Candace, we'll definitely get it all in on Friday night. Predictions, questions, comments, concerns, the whole nine. Angel, I see you. Hold on, I gotta take this off of there. My fault. I apologize. No, y'all can't see it. Boom, putting your comments up there. My fault. Boom. And we appreciate y'all tuning in as much as you do for this
Yeah.
to only be a recap on a Monday
Yeah.
night.
That was a little longer. Oh yeah, yeah.
Lord.
Statement made. Statement made. Myrtle Beach.
We try, listen, we try, but y'all know we love the game too much. We ain't never gonna be on time. I can say an hour, but I can sit, me and Candace can sit here and talk. You catch at the end of the year when the championship is all over and it's all said and done. We might just
Yep.
do a one big mega show and keep
Mm-hmm.
going till we almost have nothing left to talk about. A couple hours, about 2 or 3 hour show, something crazy. We never know. You
Yeah.
never
Come
know.
Friday, I'm gonna have my notes more in order with these matchups so I can flow a little bit better and I won't take up so much of y'all's precious time.
No, 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 no. Listen, we do what we do. Y'all know what it is, man. This is Source SC Podcast. I am the Skybox Bully, along with the Queen of the Carolinas, Candace Sports Corner, in the
Earth.
building. Hey, we'll catch y'all this Friday. We'll post up the time. We probably around the same time. We'll see what everybody's schedule is like, right? Probably around the
Mm-hmm.
same time. Jump on it and just do what we got to do. We might do that one from 6 to 8. Give you all the rundown. Let Candace talk about some of the games, what she missed, or what we didn't have time for. We'll let her catch back up with that, and then we'll roll on over into what's coming next. All right. So y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Source SC podcast. Stay blessed and stay about them kids, man. Y'all know what it is.
Thank you, OG. Thank y'all for
Oh,
tuning in. I will see y'all Friday.
there you go. Y'all know what it
And thank you
is.
for all the birthday love, for all the ones that I
Hey, turn up and carry your behind to work tomorrow. You sit right there. Go to
yeah, I
work.
took off today. I'm going tomorrow.